Good evening, wool gatherers, and welcome to the episode numbered 147 of Wanderings and Wool Gathering. On tonight's episode, we're calling this the Friends of the Show. We're going to be reviewing the latest from Whitney Tai, Jack the Radio, Ashton Nyte, and briefly Project Renegade, because they are our album review next week as their album releases on July 14th. So we're going to tackle those tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about Sleep Token. That was on our radar, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we've had some hiccups, some vacations, and things that have pushed that back, but it was worthy of notice. So we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Sleep Token tonight as well. And I'm going to quiz the maestro. And who is the maestro, you might add? It is none other than Metalhead Mundy.
Step inside into his mind. It's boy band time. It's
Metalhead Mundy.
And there he is.
Hello, hello.
You know, when you used to hang out with the Backstreet Boys, you looked a lot younger.
I did.
I guess they're good for age.
Filling out the gray and the silver, turning into that silver fox.
If you let that go up the side, you can be a married Amish man. I think you should look into it. Graber.
Yeah.
Metalhead Graber. I love it. Anyway, you know who's sponsoring tonight's episode?
I have two guesses.
What would your first guess be?
Well, I'm going to guess Kokomo Lantern.
The Kokomo Lantern sponsors the show. They are a journalistic endeavor focused upon the simple principles of illuminating the good and eliminating the shadows in our community. So if you go over to kokomolantern.substack.com, you can sign up. Our other sponsor tonight is The Pressing Issue. Lots of good stuff from The Pressing Issue. Did you see mine that came back?
I did. He really, when we were talking about that, and you were saying the grade that you were hoping it would get, he really did send it to me right then.
Yeah, I kind of figured he did.
Like, oh, he's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, so The Pressing Issue cleans and services comic books. It'll remove things for you. It'll flatten them, whiten them. They do an amazing job. I just recently took a book to him that was probably in the 7.5 to 8-ish range. I was hoping for an 8.5. I was going to be very happy. It's an old book. And it came back as a 9.2. So he really does know what he's talking about. It's The Pressing Issue. If you're interested, go over to Facebook. You can find him there. Red and white logo, The Pressing Issue. And we have issues pressing on us tonight, Mundy.
Yeah. Mike does good work with The Pressing Issue. He's done a few books for me. So
yeah, he really does. we wouldn't hype him up if we didn't believe in it. And oh, look at this. People are loving the Kokomo Lantern and The Pressing Issue. Look at that.
Okay.
Thank you. But yeah, we are comic book people, so we would not have this person sponsor the show. We wouldn't hype him up if we didn't believe in it, because we are comic purists, and it's important to us. All right. It's time to quiz Metalhead. He never loses. I think he's undefeated. Are you undefeated?
I don't think so.
You may have lost one when all four of us played. But
might be close. But
essentially, you're undefeated. Anyway, I'm going to throw a few pieces of information at you, and you're going to tell me the album. Very simple. Okay?
Say you're going to... Okay, so I'm guessing the album.
Yep, the album.
From your factoids.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think it's going to be super easy, but...
Okay.
This album had 7 top 10 hits.
Oh, wow. Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Damn, right off the bat. You want to know what the rest of the tidbits were?
Sure.
There were only a few that were up there for this, probably, but the album had 8 Grammys.
Yeah. I remember the pictures of Michael holding all the Grammys like his little puppies or something.
I should have led with this one. Toto performed the music on the album to make sure that it was tight.
Okay.
That was a fun little factoid.
That is interesting. I'm pretty sure I had heard something about Steve Lukather doing some work on it, but yeah, I had not heard that.
Yeah, and then it was originally titled Midnight Man.
Ooh.
I really should have led with these first. That would have been more fun for you.
Yeah.
And you may have gotten this part too, but the cover originally featured a tiger cub.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay, let's start over, and I'm going to do the two in the middle first. All right, he's still undefeated. Not surprised, not shocked at all.
That was an easy lead-off clue.
Yeah. Oh, well, it could have been like a Beatles record, though, or something. But, I would never pick a Beatles record to do that with. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have guessed MJ. So, I mean, I did. So I
you
would
did.
Have.
And you were correct. All right. So before we jump into the Friends show of the show, we're going to talk about Sleep Token because they kind of hit the world by storm. They've been out for a while. This is the third album, actually, in a connected grouping of records. I think loosely so, but I guess thematically it kind of fits in there with the other two.
Right.
And but yeah, they've blown up. They're selling places out now. People are loving them. And I love bands with masks. So what the heck? Let's do it.
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure where I first heard of them. I feel like it was maybe just a YouTube recommend. Mm-hmm. And I clicked on it, and their videos, like most of their current videos, they look just like kind of almost like a kind of a D&D role-playing fantasy game character that they just kind of sit there and like kind of pulse and like kind of move, and it kind of goes around them and use them. That's like all their videos. And so I was like, that's weird. But the music was just, I mean, stupid good. So I was like, I'll check out more of these guys. And then, you find out they've got 3 albums out. I'm like, how have I not heard of these guys? And then and find out more about them. And then, you try to find out more about them, and you find out that nobody knows anything about them. And
it's on the internet that people think they know who the lead singer is.
Yeah, the singer goes by Vessel and all that stuff.
There's another band, and the guy sounds eerily similar.
Okay.
And so they said it's confirmed who it is, but whatever.
Huh. Okay.
So
I almost don't even know.
But it's more fun when it's the idea that somebody today could get away with 3 albums and not be known is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Ghost tried it for a while, but I don't know. I feel like they figured him out pretty quick.
Well, and then when they started suing him, it was a done deal. I mean, then he had to be in court. So kind of screwed that one. But and it's interesting too, because when I first heard, and you showed me, or you were the one that told me about Sleep Token, you get this idea that there's a big metal band, but they're as much heavy metal as Ghost is, as far as that goes.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that I love and really, respect about them is that they weave in so many different styles, and absolutely seamlessly. Some in the same song. Some of the songs are almost, I don't know, like poppy, really ballady.
They're almost an R&B group that dabbles in other stuff. Yeah,
and you got like electronic elements and all kinds of stuff, and it's just insane. I'm so impressed with how good they are.
Yeah, I think if somebody was just like, I'll check them out, if they listened to Take Me Back to Eden, you'd get all sides essentially of the group.
So probably my favorite song of theirs that I have actually sent to people saying, hey, check this band out. They're all over the place. This song kind of is a little bit of everything they do, is The Summoning.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I love that song so much.
What I put in my notes when I was listening to this is what I really liked about it, and where I think it's kind of different than the other songs, is it really has a 70s guitar tone. That I really dug. But then it bridges into another stuff. We got some piano. We got the R&B. It's, and then thematically, he seems to be speaking directly to sleep, the deity that he talks about all the time. Yeah, I love that. That was one of my top 3. So,
and then in that song, like, you have those huge heavy riffs, and Man, and vocally, he's all over the place on that one.
Mm-hmm.
He sings beautifully. He does a little bit of screaming. That song is just absolute perfection for me, and that's when I tell people about Sleep Token, like that's what I send them.
Yeah, that was good. I don't disagree with that. My thought on and Take Me Back to Eden is not my favorite one, but I just feel like it goes everywhere that Sleep Token goes.
Yeah.
And so you listen to one song and there's some cool lyrics in that one too, which I kind of dig. So
Yeah.
So that was your favorite. What was another song you really dug on it?
Well, actually, if we're talking, if you're looking at the album, the song after that is called Granite, and it's really pretty amazing too. It's kind of sounds like kind of a dark pop song almost. His vocal cadence in that one, I think, is really cool. And it's got like a real deep bass line, huge, like heavy break. Guitar comes in real heavy with the guitars a couple times. And it has a line, probably my favorite line from the album was, you only drink the water when you think it's holy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, calling somebody out on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. I really like the next one, Aqua Regia.
That one grew on me. I did not love that the first time I heard it, but the more I listened to it, the more I really, really loved it. Like the first half of the first verse is absolutely flawless. His delivery, the lyrics, it's absolutely flawless. It's got kind of an R&B kind of poppy feel to a lot of it. It has like this really cool kind of electric piano solo that is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I love the instrumental break with the piano, and the verses do rhyme. They're A beep 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 beep. So there's a definite tight structure to the song as well. Vor was interesting. It was the most violent of the songs, and then the content being consumed by someone else kind of fits that tone, I think, of the violence in that.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like the rest of this album kind of spoiled me in that song comes in so hard and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
When you're listening to the rest of it, like you almost wish they would have switched up something in there, because it's pretty much just that.
Yes.
It's good. It's not bad. I mean, that shows that, really, I feel like they can do anything. And
yeah, you're right. Are you like Ascensionism? Are you really okay? The Apparition, Do You Wish That You Loved Me? They're all slower, softer. Not all, but I mean, pretty much that part of the album is very subdued compared to the rest.
Yeah.
But and Take Me Back to Eden is fantastic. And the last song, which is kind of cool, is that it ties back to the first song on the first record, which I thought was really nice touch with some of the music. And then Lovers Entwined. I know For the Last Time You'll Not Be Mine. So apparently, throughout these three albums, he gets to a point where he's letting go.
Yeah.
Is my feeling on it.
Okay.
I think at one point I struggled a little bit because it felt like almost a teen angst love album at parts. And so I was kind of like, gosh, I can't tell if I really like these lyrics or if I'm like so over them. But then what always brings me back is the interesting music, the choices that he makes, and his voice. It's just top notch throughout. So
his voice, I feel like, I don't know, it feels pretty unique to me. I can't think of anything that really sounds like that.
No, I agree. It's top notch. So I think they deserve all the attention they're getting, and people want to go to their shows because they deliver a very unique experience for people. So it'll be interesting too. Now that they've finished the third part of the cycle, are they going to switch their makeup, their paint, their masks? Are they going to do something completely different? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd say I'd probably give it a 3.5 to 4 out of 5.
Really? I would go way higher than that. This album is almost perfect for me. I that one song kind of takes me out of it just a little bit. I just to probably knock it down to about 4.75.
The first 5 for me are about a 4.5, 4.75, and then it slips, and then it comes
Okay.
back up at the end. It's that part in the middle that kind of hurt it for me. There's some good stuff there, but all right, 3.75. It's in the middle. But yeah, I definitely liked it, and I still listen to it, even though I knew we weren't going to do it at the time.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I'm still going back to it.
yeah, and this definitely pushed me back to listen to the older stuff, and like I said, it's just like how have I missed this band?
Yeah, no kidding. We
They
suck.
get 3 albums out before they're on my radar.
It does happen sometimes, though. All right. Well, that now brings us to the friends part of the show. And by friends, I mean folks who have come on the show who we still have contact with, reach out to, buy their stuff. I'm actually getting ready to buy Ashton's new record, which I'm really excited about. Going to buy the vinyl on that one. Do you want to tackle his first?
Sure. Yeah, we got 2 from him.
Yes. The first one came out a couple weeks ago, and then he started teasing a second one, and I thought, man, let's just wait, and we can do the 2. So the first one was called Something Beautiful. These are both off of his upcoming record and book. I would suggest getting both. The book accompaniment to the last one was really good. It had lots of nice poetry and little musings in it. I dug that. And then a couple days ago, he released the second single called Cinnamon. And very personal songs.
Yeah, both of these songs are, short. One of them, Cinnamon, I don't think is even 3 minutes long.
Very short.
And they're, I don't know if the rest of the record's it's all gonna be like this, but it's, these are both kind of slower, vibey, acoustic, mellow songs. And I really dug what he did with his voice in Something Beautiful. I feel like I don't know. I am not like a super fan of his, so I don't know if this is something he does every once in a while or not. But I feel like for me, he sings it in a bit of a higher register. I feel like he's pushing a little more into the higher notes, and it really works. He sounds fantastic.
He hits some really high notes in Cinnamon too.
Yes. Well, yeah, in Cinnamon, he practically goes into falsetto. So, but not. I feel like in Something Beautiful, he does that kind of throughout the whole song, like on and off. He's not like pushing it for the whole song, I don't think. But yeah, in Cinnamon almost, it feels like he kind of just goes higher and higher as he goes through the song till at the end where he, like I said, he's practically in a falsetto if he's not close.
Yeah. I liked the I guess like in the chorus, it wasn't very typical. I think the way that he did it, the way he phrased things was unique for him. I like the melody in those. And Something Beautiful I thought was interesting because usually in a love song you hear like the feelings or see it from the person who's like looking out at somebody or whatever. But this one kind of looks at the other person coming back where the other person can see something beautiful. There's something great in the relationship that the other one sees. And, him as the singer's like, okay, I don't feel like this is for me, but I'll take it, it
was like
interesting view.
She sees something beautiful that I don't see, or something like that. And yeah, it's almost like why does she love me kind of love song.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what she sees in me, but I love her, but I don't get why she loves me kind of thing.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Because usually it's unrequited love, and this one's like, why the hell does she love me?
Kind of like I don't know. I want to say self-deprecating, but I feel like it's deeper than that. Like it's almost like I don't love myself kind of thing.
Yeah. Self-deprecating. I think you're kind of making fun of yourself to make everybody feel better. or make yourself feel better in a situation. I think this person's just genuinely, and I don't know if it's really his personal feelings on it, like, but why does this person love me the way they do? I
Yeah.
don't know. But cool. I thought that was an interesting perspective. And Cinnamon.
Sorry, I'm laughing because apparently my wife has turned on the stereo or something in the next room. So if you hear that, sorry.
Is she playing Cinnamon right now?
No, but it's loud, whatever it is.
That's right. I usually have chihuahuas barking. So
yeah.
But anyway, so Cinnamon, like you said, was a very short song. It's another personal song, kind of dealing with a lot, I think. But I think the memories of someone special is kind of getting him through it. So another sort of relationship song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely that. There's what is it? I taste the cinnamon and the poetry on your lips or something like that. Yeah, it's very cool. He's a very, very talented lyricist. And I mean, his voice is, I'm sure we've talked about that every time we talk about him. And his voice is ridiculous. It is like, kind of that deep baritone voice. And it fits so well with like the sad, melancholy music that he typically comes with. So he's great.
Yep. Love the songs, love the choruses, and his voice was on point as usual. Can't wait for the whole album to drop, and we will. I'm sure we'll be checking that out when it does. So that was Ashton Nyte, and the next friend of the show is Miss Whitney Tai, and her song is called Lexington. And we're just continuing that theme of personal songs. This one's very personal. This is autobiographical.
Yes.
Beautiful song.
Yeah. Whitney is always great to listen to. Her voice is just so smooth and gorgeous. And it's like, I don't know, it feels sort of effortless for her. But yeah. And listening to this song, I mean, it's kind of has like the first 30 seconds or so, it kind of changes after that. And like, it settles into this riff that just like I'm listening to, I'm like, man, this reminds me of something so much, but I can't place what it is. But just the riff and the groove, and I'm like, it's just like it's right there at the edge of my brain, but I can't figure out what it's reminding me of. But it's a great song.
Yeah, she's like an old Joni Mitchell. Well, she's young, but that kind of singer-songwriter. She's even got a little spoken word in the middle, which was kind of cool.
I wanted to talk about that. I'm curious. I don't know. I feel like when singers do that, I'm curious as to how they make that decision, how they arrive at where they're like, oh, I'm going to speak this verse or, whatever. But I mean, and it works. I'm not saying she should not have done that. It absolutely works. But yeah, that decision is always a little curious to me for someone who can sing like she sings, why she wants to drop down and speak that part. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think when it's autobiographical like that, it's almost like a personal poem.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that could maybe that, speaks to vulnerability or I don't know, something.
Well, I love the idea of the song where she has left the world behind that she had, but she didn't really leave it behind because every experience that you have like builds you, makes you who you are. And so you're always sort of attached to that thing that you supposedly left behind. And so there is that sort of shadow of your past that is right there. And I like that quite a bit. That was a nice touch. I got from her music group said that it's dreamy, breathless folk that channels Lou Reed, Roy Harper, and Elliott Smith. The collective writes, Lexington has all the elements of the iconic female songwriter with a rock edge and stretches towards the airiness of strawberry fields forever. And it kicked off the week with a world premiere on Folk and Rock, featuring a new lyric video and custom merch collection designed by Tai herself. And her Lexington merch is pretty cool.
Yes, I
For
did
sure.
take a look at that.
Yeah. I really dug the song. I liked it a lot.
Me too. Yeah, very much. Looking forward to more.
Yes. Yeah, she does not fail to produce. That's for sure. So, all right. So that was Whitney Tai. The song was Lexington. I don't have a release date on the record. I'm not sure if she has one. Working with Tim Janssens again. That's her longtime collaborator. They do great stuff together. So when we find that out, we will definitely share that with you as well. And we'll, of course, cover that. Next up is Jack the Radio, Mr. Mundy. Super excited for our comic pals.
Our friends from North Carolina. They released a song called The Roads Paved in Gold. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I reached out to George Hodge, the kind of main songwriter, singer, guitar player, and Kevin Rader Rodabaugh, who is the drummer. He does some backing vocals and stuff too. They just kind of asked them, hey, is there anything you guys want us to know about this song? And they sent over some tidbits, one of which you can see down here at the bottom right now. So yeah, they've been, I don't know how long they've been working on new stuff, but we're starting to get some, and I am here for it. I like this song a lot.
Yeah, and he alluded to the banner that we have, and it said that the song was just added to No Depression's Best Of playlist with the likes of Tanya Tucker, Tommy Prine, Jason Isbell, Betty Lavette, Lucinda Williams, Sun Volt, Ben Folds, and the Cowboy Junkies. So they are in pretty good company there. And they're not what I would say just a straight up country band.
No,
kind of rock and roll hinging on
kind of alt country, if anything. I think, if you're going to put them in country at all, I would say alt country. They definitely have, that flavor is there. But yeah, definitely, I think leans a little more towards rock and roll. But yeah, alt country, I think works.
It does not have that twangy voice.
Yeah,
that I can't stand. It doesn't have fake lyrics of growing up on dirt roads and porches, which pandering, love that. But yeah, it's just good, straightforward rock music. His lyrics are always good. His voice is fantastic. The music doesn't go like earlier, we were talking about Sleep Token. They're all over the place and they do all these things. Jack the Radio is very much a straightforward. This is just good music. It would be a fun group to see at a bar or a very small venue and then hang out with them afterwards.
I am actually hoping to do that at some point in the future. I've actually been talking to my wife, who plans most of our trips, and George and Kevin, trying to figure out, getting down to North Carolina and seeing them somewhere around there. They're kind of based in the Raleigh area, but they do a lot in Charlotte and kind of all over there. But yeah, someday, hopefully fairly soon, I would like to get down there.
But does it have a dog in it?
The video does.
Yes, the video does. There we go.
I don't know that they mention a dog, but there's a dog in the video.
Yeah. And
apparently, according to George, that's where they shot this video. It's the owner of that facility. It's his dog.
Yeah. So, and they sent us another piece of information about the song. It says, lyrically, the song hits on some of the social faults and posturing in America. And musically, the song was influenced by the Gaslight Anthem, Bruce Springsteen, and Tom Petty, which those are, Bruce Springsteen and Tom Petty are great examples, I think, of that straightforward rock that you're going to get.
Yes, I think they would fit in nicely with either one of those acts, like opening for them or something like that,
Yeah, and I hope we do get a full record with the comic book accompanying it when it comes out.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They're a special group, people. You should give them your attention, give them your dollars. They are great guys. They are creative. They do it the right way, and they want to create something real for people, not just something to stream, but something you can hold in your hand. I mean, they're multimedia. They are just a great group of guys who have a good vision, and they are definitely worthy of your attention.
Yeah. George Hodge he's an artist too. So he's all about, visual media and, tactile products and, good visuals. So it's not just about the music, but the music is fantastic. And actually, one thing I did want to mention about the song, again, it's called Roads Paved in Gold. The guitar and the backing vocals by Danny Johnson. Absolutely fantastic. Just the backing vocals. Danny kind of goes a little high to, kind of go over George a little bit. Because George he's not a very high singing vocalist. He has a pocket that he fits in really well. It's kind of a little, lower register, and Danny comes in over the top of him, hitting the high notes, and man, they just sound fantastic together. And Danny plays some really, really great guitar, a couple of good leads in this. A lot of fun to listen to.
Yep. Agreed. So 4 out of 5. I know we don't rate songs like that, but I couldn't resist. So keep it coming, Jack the Radio. Our last song today, we're really just going to do a teaser because talking about this one too much would spoil the album release that comes out in 4 days. So it'll come out on Friday, and then that'll give us a couple of days to dig in. There's already been 2 songs prior to this one released. Actually, those have been... Gosh, how long now?
Yeah, a while ago.
The first song came out with a full video, and I bet that was 8 months ago.
Is that Blood Witch?
No, Blood Witch was the second one.
Second
it was
one.
The Fix Is
Right.
In.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
And that was both of those songs are really good, and this one is really good. This one's a little different. I like the way this one started. It was not your typical Project Renegade song, which I kind of dug.
Oh man, Mariana came in hard with the screaming.
So,
love it.
Yeah,
Mariana Floro, she's really cool, and she's a good front woman. I think since they hit our radar to now, I think Mariana has gotten actually a lot better. I mean, I dug her when we first started listening to them, but she just keeps getting better.
Yep, and musically, I think Odie drives most of the music, the drummer. And he has a cool drum kit with comic stuff all over it, which is another. Isn't that so strange, though, that we had no idea when we reached out to them to have them on the show. And then we find all this stuff out, and they end up being these amazing people. But he has a good vision, and he's got a good ear for music, and they produce a lot of really cool, interesting sounds. And this song, Token, which was the third song, is really good. And like Mundy said, comes in screaming, which was a little different. And then she hits her usual stride, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's a song about retribution, striking out before you're struck kind of thing. And I'm interested to see where the rest of this record goes. And you're going to find out Sunday. No, not Sunday, because Monday probably.
Yeah. And speaking of Odie, I mean, he was killing it on this song. I'll just leave it at that. Drums sounded great.
So, but yeah, we'll leave there. I don't want to give too much away. Project Renegade, July 14th, full record. We're going to do that on the show probably next Monday, and I'm super stoked for that. I'm even going to wear my Project Renegade hat, and Mundy's going to wear a shirt.
Sure.
Because we support, because we love the band.
Why not? They just dropped a new T-shirt actually, and I'm like, ooh, I think I need that one. It's pretty awesome.
What was on this one?
I don't remember what the artwork is, but it's kind of. I mean, it's styled like the baseball jersey, with the.
Oh yeah.
But it's a short sleeve, so it's white with the black, sleeves and neck, and it's got some really cool black and white artwork on it.
Gotcha. So that's next week. I wanted to mention, we didn't earlier, but Ashton Nyte's record is called Autumn's Children. And if you go to Ashton Nyte, which is NYTE.com, you can go there. You can pre-order the book, the album. You can check out the 2 videos for Cinnamon and Something Beautiful. Both are really cool. You can see pictures of his cat and wine glasses. He loves his cat. He really does. But
Yes,
Ashton
he
is
does.
awesome.
I enjoyed the cat in the video. That was pretty funny, helping him put his guitar away.
Yeah, you can just tell that
Helping.
he is. He's just super intelligent, very creative, gentle, just a great guy. And I'm trying to find when the album is released. The pre-order is right now. I think it's soon. So I think, August 25th.
Okay.
So shortly after that, we'll be reviewing that record. So that's
Sure.
pretty exciting. So just to give a heads up on our future shows, Project Renegade next week. After that, Greta Van Fleet. Following that will be Aphex Twin. And we are bringing back challenges starting next week. Not the typical quiz, because I'm getting sick of Mundy getting them all the time. So we're going to do some challenges, because you can't win or lose those.
You got to bury those easy clues, man. You should
I
have
know,
led with
dang it.
the couple of the other ones.
All right. I'm going to pick something from some band I know you have no clue who it is. Just so you
Well.
can sit there and look stupid.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard to stump me, but yeah, you keep throwing me stuff that's in my wheelhouse. So,
Well, it's no fun if I just send it somebody you have no idea who they are. Then you just sit there with your thumb up your butt. But
then you need to do that one day, and then get a crickets sound effect. So I'm just like looking in the camera, like blinking, and you hear crickets chirping.
And then I'm going to have a plant that's watching the show that comments about you being an idiot and answers all the questions for you. All right. Well, that does it for this week. Mundy, you have anything else before we head out?
Not really, man. Just I've been going to some shows. The wife and I just went and saw Metric and Garbage, and there was some dude there called, his name is Noel Gallagher or something like that. I don't know, but
You want to punch him in the face?
he was actually pretty decent. His solo stuff, it's a band. It's Noel Gallagher's High Flying something or other.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something I'm going to listen to every day. But I like it better than Oasis. I hate Oasis. But they were pretty good. Unfortunately they headlined, but that's I just sat down. So
Mundy loves Wonderwall. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Which he did not play. He only played like a couple of Oasis
I'm surprised.
songs.
That's like the go-to,
Yeah, he's doing his thing, man.
Maybe he hates his brother, so he's never going to play Wonderwall.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so we just went to that, and we got tickets to some cool shows coming up. And you and I are going to see Pantera. I think the wife and I are going to see Ann Wilson. Ghost is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What else? We just got tickets to see Brian Setzer, so pretty excited about that. Yeah, I've seen the Stray Cats once, and this show, I think he's touring, doing. He's labeling it like the Rockabilly Riot, which I think he's done a couple of albums of that, and he just covers like old 50s and 60s rockabilly stuff. So I don't know if that's what this show's going to be, but I'm here for that. I love
rockabilly. Would be
stuff.
nice though. That'd be cool.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, the night before you saw yours, we saw The Cure. We flew to Atlanta, and that was a freaking bucket list item for me.
Yeah,
that was absolutely amazing. And Robert Smith at 64 has not lost anything. He sounds so good, and they played for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Wow.
They played 29 songs. It was phenomenal. There were no breaks. I mean, it was just boom, boom. It was so good. And then, like you said, we've got some good shows coming up. We're seeing Pantera and Lamb of God. Lamb of God opening band. That's going to be amazing. And then we're going to Ghost together. And I've got Smashing Pumpkins one night. The next night, Pearl Jam. And then I'm taking my wife to Nothing But Thieves. Mm-hmm. And I think she's getting tickets to the 1975. So those will be our shows. And then this is kind of cool. So Friday night, we were in Vegas, and we went to see Penn and Teller.
Oh,
which
nice.
absolutely amazing, hilarious. Even Marianne loved it, and she's not a Magic fan like I am. But so we get there half an hour early, and there's a little thing that you do as an audience beforehand. And up on stage, there's this guy playing piano, and there's a guy playing upright bass beside him, and it's Penn Jillette. So for half an hour before the show started, he played upright bass with this guy playing piano, just as everybody walked into the
Nice.
to the venue. It was really cool. It was neat to see.
Yeah, that's cool. I've been a fan of Penn and Teller since I saw him in like Run DMC videos.
Yeah, and they used to be on Letterman all the time. The show is for everybody, Magic or not. It's hysterical. So good. I'm glad we went, and Marianne loved it. She was laughing out loud. So
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it. We just put in episode 147. 148's next week. It is Project Renegade, and our challenge is going to be if we could add some songs into movies that already exist.
Okay.
Go back retroactively and throw some songs in that would make sense. What would they be?
Yep. Got some ideas for that one.
Yeah, me too. I'm working on them, and it should be a fun one. Hopefully Teabags will be back, and we will see you all next week. Mr. Mundy, tell us where you can find the show.
Oh, Stitcher, Castbox, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. Did I miss anything?
So, you got them.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
Oh, well,
We're
I mean,
live on
of
YouTube
course.
at the moment. So,
yeah. It's where you see our pretty faces.
Yep. After the show's over, I post it up. You'll have the podcast by the end of tonight. You can listen to it tomorrow. Enjoy it. And I hope that after you listen to some of these, you go pick up some of these songs or albums and check them out, because we find that they're pretty important. So, everybody we talked about tonight that, we have a personal connection to, they're good musicians, and more importantly, they're good people. So support. Yeah. And when we say friends, it's not friends we grew up with. We're just trying to pimp our friends on the show.
No.
These are actual legitimate artists who have carved out a little bit of time for us, and we are the true winners in that relationship. So,
yep.
All right. We'll see you all next week. Bye now.